What's going on, Sagittarius? I hope you are doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be a reading for March 14th to the 20th, 2022. So in this reading, Sagittarius, we're going to take a look at some upcoming opportunities and challenges coming your way. We're also going to close off the reading with some advice and messages from your angels and spirit guides. So first and foremost, you are all most definitely very welcome here in this space with me, Sagittarius, as we go through the reading. I appreciate the fact that you guys are taking the time to check out the reading. It's appreciated greatly. If you feel this reading resonates with you, Sagittarius, don't forget to like and subscribe as well. I would also really appreciate that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into your energy for March 14th to the 20th and see what wants to come through. As always, I want to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for Sagittarius. All right, let's go ahead and see what is going on here, Sagittarius. All right, Sagittarius, very interesting energy for you here. Let's go ahead and start off in your overall general, or excuse me, your opportunity slot for the 14th to the 20th. You have the Knight of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, and also the Seven of Cups here in your opportunity. So when it comes to this, it looks like you have some sort of choice on the horizon to make a choice in your opportunity. The Seven of Cups talks all about like options, decisions, like I keep saying, but you know, what could be the consequence of your potential choices that you make here is the opportunity to focus on, okay? Because it seems like there's an opportunity to make a really, I would just call it like an educated decision. The Knight of Pentacles to the Queen of Cups is a very, it's making a decision from a very neutral, balanced, resourceful, and really well thought out place with the Knight of Pentacles, playing for the long-term vision instead of letting your emotions get the better of you. There may be a choice in the opportunity that you may want to make, you know, that it's like a distraction that you go down, but you're telling yourself it's your true path, but it's really just like a delusion. So the Seven of Cups does talk about discernment, okay? It does talk about like you could be falling into wishful thinking. And so this says that there's an opportunity here to make a choice that your future self will thank you for rather than an immediate pleasure. Because sometimes, Sagittarius, you guys do have a tendency to just live in the moment, which is a spiritual gift. It's truly amazing. But sometimes living in the moment, if it's not done properly, it can turn into just going with the flow too much, and it's not really the flow. It's like a disguise for anxiety. Hope that makes sense. We're going to clarify in a sec. But we move here to your challenge. You have the Temperance card, the Seven of Wands, and also the Page of Pentacles in your challenge here. So it's in alignment with what I'm saying. With the Temperance card is all about burning off impurities. It's a major arcana card to do with like letting go and balancing out things in your life. So the challenge for you may be to remain calm, because the opportunity, the Queen of Cups, the challenge, the Temperance. You know, I'm almost getting like there's this week something may open up for you, Sagittarius, where it's like you get invited to like a party that you go to, but you like know you really don't want to go to. The Seven of Wands now, this is the centerpiece, the centerpiece to your reading. So look at this card here for a moment. You know, it's is it okay to bend the truth? I feel like is the thing to say. Sorry for that for a second, Sagittarius. The Seven of Wands is the centerpiece to your reading. There could be a situation in the challenge where you're trying to bend the truth. You know, I don't know why the Seven of Cups was coming in as like a delusion. Like, it's almost like you're living a certain lifestyle that you know deep down is not good for you, but with the Seven of Swords as your challenge, it's almost like you don't care or something, or it's like you have awareness but you're still doing something. So like, this is a trap that a lot of spiritual people fall into, because you can't avoid awareness. The spiritual awakening that a lot of you guys are experiencing, the expansion of consciousness that's on the planet right now, is like unheard of as we enter into the age of Aquarius. You get bombarded with such awareness that sometimes you have awareness but you still choose to behave poorly, or you do it something but you're like, well, of course I have awareness of it, I'm just spiritual. But it's more important to act on the awareness than to just have it, if that makes sense. So there's a choice that you can make. The challenge is the Page of Pentacles is to like maybe once again take some sort of first step in a new direction instead of just doing things as you would. Hopefully this is resonating for some of you, just what wants to come through. Let's move here to the advice from your spirit guides. The Justice card, the Ten of Pentacles, and also the Nine of Cups here. So the Justice card, definitely, it's the theme of your reading for some reason, Sagittarius. A lot of you guys, if you're thinking about doing some sort of wild card maneuver, I would really suggest for you to play it safe here with the Justice card in the advice from your spirit guide position. With the Temperance card, the challenge, there's going to be something, it's almost like something that could be happening is like you could be in love with like one of your exes, Sagittarius, and they just like send you a text like, hey, do you want to hang out? And you're like, oh my God, I'm going to ditch everything I have and like screw the consequences. Like, that's the feeling. It's like, screw the consequences. I'm just going to do what I want to do. This card says you really may want to think long term, okay? Elevate your perspective is one of the keys to life, because the objective observer always has the advantage. The Ten of Pentacles, once again, the theme of thinking about your long-term future. Okay, so the Ten of Pentacles, the question to ask yourself, like, how do you care for your long-term vision? You know, do you have a long-term vision, Sagittarius? If you don't, and you're like, I don't need that, well, maybe this is the truth you're trying to bend, because in life, it's all about not just it's because if you're truly in the present, then you'll know what to do. The long term will just happen anyway, but it will happen gracefully instead of it through anxiety. Nine of Cups here as well in the advice from Spirit. Make sure that you engage in calling in what you want is what's coming through from the universe, because you may have to take a road that seems longer, but it's actually the path of least resistance. But the Nine of Cups here in the advice from Spirit, the question to ask yourself is, consider the role that like magic and intention plays in your life, because everything that we experience in this life is just a reflection of our own state of being, of our consciousness. This world is nothing more than a projection of our own consciousness. So you can bend reality based on the degree to which you are detached from social conditioning, and also go deep within yourself instead of lying to yourself, and become more authentic by like holding space for realizations and truths about ourselves that may be more uncomfortable than we're willing to admit. Okay, so the Nine of Cups, though, this is about wishes coming true, positivity. So I think Spirit's saying take the road that seems a little bit longer and a little bit more like safe, and you will get the outcome you want with the Justice to this. I mean, because the advice from Spirit, it's a beautiful outcome here. Okay, so I hope this is resonating with you, Sagittarius. It's just what wanted to come through, but let's go ahead and move on to the clarification portion of this reading. I'm just going to clarify a few of the cards, then maybe we'll pull some oracle cards here in a second. But let's go ahead and clarify for you this Seven of Cups. The number 7 also sometimes having to do with chance, opportunity, taking advantage of luck, opportunity, preparedness meaning opportunity. I think there could be a situation where the universe is saying your opportunity, although there seems like there's like an opportunity right in front of your face right now, but there's a better opportunity down the road. It's kind of like me. I'm a surfer, Sagittarius, and whenever you're surfing, usually the best wave that's coming at you, it's more wise to wait, because the first wave, if you just wait, there's usually like 2 more behind it in a set, and they're actually the better wave. So you have a wave coming at you, Sagittarius, that you're very tempted to go down in a love scenario or something, an opportunity that comes in, but you're being called to wait for the second or the third wave. Okay, that's just what the vision that Spirit's giving me right now. But two more. Why is the Seven of Cups here? Sometimes that happens when I'm clarifying. They're like, no, you're explaining something else first. Sorry, but let's do it. Why is the Seven of Cups here for Sagittarius? Could be a choice about love. Okay, the Seven of Cups is all about, clarified by the Nine of Wands, the exhaustion card here. So this is like a burnout feeling of like not knowing. It's almost like there's such a hot opportunity in front of your face, but you almost know if you touch it, you're going to get burned. But the thought of entertaining it is like so entertaining that you just do it anyway. Here. So you're being called to come back to your true self, the one I am presence, that when you fall into that, you won't need any love from the outside because it is your link to your higher self. If you come into stillness here, that's what you're being called to do. Don't exhaust yourself with any choice. I would say, once again, wait for the second or third wave. This first thing, this opportunity that's coming your way, you may want to reserve your energy and just stay calm and practical. Okay, whatever that means for you. Let's also go ahead and move down here to your challenge. Let's go ahead and clarify why the Seven of Swords is here in your challenge, the centerpiece to your reading. So it does influence all the other cards in the reading. Some sort of trickery. Why is the Seven of Swords here as the centerpiece for Sagittarius? Laziness. Ooh. Well, the laziness card, it's kind of what I was sensing, where you could be deceiving yourself, because this is the exact meaning of this card, actually. You see how the figure on the card is, he believes that he's at some like wonderful poolside hotel, beautiful 5-star resort, but really he's sitting on a bunch of cracks. He's not really aware of the danger that he could potentially be in this particular reading. In this particular card. So a lot of you, I really feel that I'm kind of calling you out, or Spirit is kind of calling you out, because I set the intention for Spirit to come through me. This is not my opinion. But Sagittarius, like, you may be bending the truth a little bit in your life here. You may not really be assessing the fragileness of the foundation. You may be on a cracky foundation here, but you're just telling yourself, no, this is just what I need to do. But you're being called to, it's an interesting frequency where your challenge, it's almost like laziness is what could be driving you mad here, because laziness usually comes down to feeling like you can't get to where you want to go. So just be aware of that. I hope this is giving you some insight, some clarity for you in the upcoming week, Sagittarius. Of course, as we go through the reading, take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt. This is a general reading, just a reminder. But let's go ahead and continue. Let's go ahead and see why the Temperance card is here in your challenge. I think that's relevant, to uncover that. Why is the Temperance card here in your challenge? Because that's similar to this energy right to the right. Why is the Temperance card here in your challenge? I feel like you're taking the high road here. So yeah, Temperance to do with the Four of Wands. I think there's an old soulmate for some of you coming back, Sagittarius. Someone's going to offer you love here that it's like a poison drip. You really shouldn't go with it here. You're being called to restrain from any sort of like participation with other people. I think in regards to yourself, you're being called to really look at maybe some people in my life. It's better that I just don't be with them and that I focus on myself and I focus on my long-term vision. But for a lot of you, you're going to almost fall just right into that poison drip of just telling yourself, no, I'm a hippie, man. I do what I want to do. It's like, It's like a derp state. So be aware of that. I'm kind of calling you out. So, if that's not you, then it's just not your reading. But if it resonates, it's all in good fun here. I'm not perfect at all, by the way, as my voice cracks. So, if you were giving me a tarot reading, you'd definitely be calling out my shit. Just know that I'm not trying to be some martyr up here, Sagittarius, but I will call the energy as I see it. But let's go ahead and move down here to the advice from your spirit guides. Let's go ahead and see why because now it's interesting, the Nine of Cups is here twice, but it's a different meaning in this deck. Let's go ahead and see why the Ten of Pentacles is here in the advice position, because that's like a similar meaning in the opportunity. Play it for the long term. Don't get sucked into some psychological drama and be like, ooh, for no reason, right? Sometimes it's better to guard your energy. A lot of you may be empaths who have a hard time setting boundaries. It's pretty common. Let's go ahead and continue. Tower. Ooh. Yeah, so the Ten of Pentacles clarified by the Tower here, Sagittarius, in the advice from Spirit. You know, I think there's two different timelines that you can go down. For some of you, the advice is that the plan that you've had up until this point may not be working. Okay, so if you've been in like school or something and you like think this is your big plan, but you've really been lazy and you've just been kind of like going through the motions in life and you're not really passionate about what you do, Spirit is saying that that foundation is going to blow up. So you're being called to move in a new direction here. But for others of you, the Tower to the Ten of Pentacles here in the advice from Spirit is letting you know that like you don't want to screw this up. Okay, this is more in alignment with the traditional view, with the main version of this reading coming through me, where you have an opportunity to create like maybe even like generational wealth, like be the richest person in your family. But you need to play it the long game. If you just get sucked into laziness and like, you know, fucking around with other people that you need to not, because like most of success is not what you say yes to, it's what you say no to, Sagittarius. So I just sent like, it's almost like you're letting people invade your destiny because you're not being strong enough in making a sacrifice for your dream. Because some of you, I'm just sensing like you may have beliefs that say, no matter how much work I put in, I'm never going to get what I really want, so you might as well just go party. You know, there's nothing wrong with partying, but everything, it's all about where you're coming from. Is it a direct declaration of intention going to party? You're having a great time because you're living your dream life, or is it an escape? For a lot of you, unfortunately, I sense it's an escape. So if that's you, then Spirit's kind of calling you out. So just be aware of it, because awareness is the main thing. That's why tarot is so powerful, because if you're aware of some things that were not available to you before, awareness is 90% of transformation, because once you are aware, you can make a new choice. Without awareness, you can't do anything. You're in ignorance, you know? So it's all about taking powerful responsibility and ownership for how you got into this position. So I hope that makes sense for some of you. I feel the need to conclude this reading. I feel like enough came through. The message started to repeat. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed it, Sagittarius. You know, hope that you found it insightful. But either way, I hope you have a great week here coming up. If you want to book a personal reading with me and get even more information on your situation, feel free to do that. You can find the link in the description box underneath this video. You can find the link right there. You can click it. And I would love to do a personal reading with you guys. But either way, I will talk to you next time. This is the Autistic Mystic. Peace.